Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and just got back from seeing Thor Ragnarok for the first time. Yeah, I will be seeing this again. Make no mistake, I will absolutely be seeing this again. Got kids, so couldn't just go and bring the wife too, and my youngest kids aren't old enough to go and bring babysitter and no, sorry. This was the topper that I got. Guy actually said, I actually asked for the Hulk, and the guy's like, oh yeah, sorry, we're out. I'm like, really? On the first day? He's like, I can go look again. It's like, don't worry, man, don't hurt yourself. So he had this and Loki in his hands. He's like, I'll take the Hela. I actually kind of wanted her anyway. So it was literally like as I'm standing in line, like, which one am I going to take? Should it be Hela or should it be the Hulk? Figure Hela will probably still be around, but whatever, man. This is what I want. What's up, Nova Bro? Did you see the movie yet? So this is going to be the non-spoiler review, guys. Immediately after this, I will be doing the spoiler review, and this probably won't take too long. I simply want to point out that this is a damn good movie. Wow, this was good. And I want you to make sure that you understand exactly what's going on here. This is a sci-fi action movie. Guys, this is not a thinking man's movie. This is Thor. This is a dude with a hammer beating people up, okay? And then the hammer breaks, so he's got to use his fists. This was a really good movie. Yo, this movie was nonstop, both action and comedy. All right, now look, I know it sounds like, oh, so it's going to be a silly movie. No, no. Nobody got really bored. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got, it was a full theater, full jam-packed theater. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't have gone with my wife if I wanted to unless I was sitting in the neck-breaking seats all the way up in front. But and I got to sit next to a comic book fan, which was nice. Not just somebody who's come to see the movie because, oh, this is supposed to be the new hot thing. No, he's actually a comic book fan. He actually looked like Jason Momoa. He was cool people. And we did wind up talking about Aquaman a lot. They were selling a wallet in this place with the Aquaman symbol on it, which is just awesome. Anyway, that's not what this is about, all right? They had this big Hulk fist. It was stupid. It was $15 for this thin plastic Hulk piece that's supposed to hold a bag of popcorn in there. Man, get out of here. Get out of here with that. Trying to break some a lot more live streams, and I love it. Oh yeah, I've been pulling out a few more. Maybe you know what? I got to go check out your channel, dude. Okay, listen, let me stay focused on this. So, this movie here was good. This was really good. This is sci-fi action with some good comedy in it. Every so often, there's some kind of a joke, some kind of a rib being played. There were several recreations here that will you'll immediately know where this stuff harkens back to, which movie, or if you're a huge comic book fan, you'll even recognize some of the things from the comic books. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that happens on Sakaar, there's a few things that happen there which you're like, oh my god, that's directly from both the comic book and from the Planet Hulk animated movie that had come out. It happened in both of those scenes. This particular scene I'm talking about happened in both of those media releases, and oh my god, they were good. It was good. I'm sitting there looking like he's not recovering from this. It was good, and on top of that, it was also a huge tribute to the Walter Simonson run. There were some. I'm going to say that if you're familiar at all with the Walter Simonson run, you know that the absolute hands down greatest death in all of comic books media. Look, Death of Superman was good. Okay, it was good. It was actually really good. You know what I'm saying? Most of us, if we read it when we were really little kids, and it's like, oh my God, they're killing the icon of all superheroes. And it's what made you realize how important Superman is to the comics. All that good stuff. The death of Captain America was intense, and it was like, holy crap. You know what I'm saying? It had meaning. It had meaning in there. And but the death that happened in the Walter Simonson run of Thor was wow. And it is here, it's recreated. I don't feel that it's nearly as effective. It doesn't play as well. You don't get the feeling because it's just one movie. You know what I'm saying? If they would have introduced this character in the first movie or even in the Dark World movie, it would have been a lot more effective. You could have let the character breathe more. But it doesn't change the fact that the actor did a great job. I'm not going to tell you who the guy is because this is the non-spoiler review. Wait until I get to the spoiler review. Nothing is going to be held bars. I will give you a couple little things to look out for. The wall where the where Enthusiast, the heck is the Grandmaster. Oh, guys, make sure you check the description below if you're not familiar. I do all sorts of forget just the comic book reviews is one thing, but my explained in a minutes, you will see immediately below in the description. I have descriptions for Hela and for the Executioner, for Valkyrie, for several characters in the Marvel Universe that maybe you're curious what they're like in the comic books, because they're clearly going to be very different than what they are in the movies. You want a good explanation. It's only going to take you about a minute to watch each one of them. They're worth, I'm not joking, they're worth it. It's been described to me as, it's like I'm reading out of an encyclopedia, except the encyclopedia is up here, and now I'm putting it out, on YouTube. So make sure you check those out. Seriously, worth it. Also, check out Spotlight on Story to see the death that I'm talking about in particular. Playlist on the main channel, the main page of the channel. You see explained in a minute. The Spotlight on Story. Yeah, there is. Make sure you look for that wall. You'll have several chances. So, like the first time, it's like you get a second to look, and you might think it's one character. I actually thought it was one character, and then later on, they give you multiple extra views of it, and I'm like, that's not him, that's him. Oh my God! And it was such a great tribute, and at the end is kind of a tribute to the same character too. Really good stuff. This was. Like I said, if you want a thinking man's movie, this isn't it. This is not the movie that you're looking for. These are not the movies you're looking for. No, this is hard-hitting action with so much comedy peppered in there that it's boom. It's amazing. The guest appearance in the beginning, it literally only happens a very specific point. The character is, wow, just awesome. It's awesome. I'm gonna, if you've seen any of the trailers that do give the spoilers, I will say that it's the guy who's refilling Thor's mug. All right, that guy. Really well done in this. Really well done, and he's a lot more powerful than he was the last time we saw him. Whole lot more powerful, which is kind of cool. And he's funny. Everything about this movie, guys, was really good. The Odin scenes. Odin actually means something in this movie. He didn't mean anything in the first two movies, right? He could have just not been there. He could have been on a TV screen. Here, he actually meant something in this movie. And this movie, this is the main thing that I thought about it. And talking with, the one guy that was sitting next to me, there are a lot of long-term, possibly permanent repercussions in this movie. This movie is not a standalone. It's not about setting up for what's going to happen in the future and silly little things like that. That's not what this movie is about. This movie is about the idea that that the character is going to move forward. Lots of characters are going to be moving forward in this, and the similarities in the comic books are very striking, just different. I liked it, but there are consequences that happen in this movie where you're like, this is going to change things a lot for several characters, particularly Thor. Yeah, I'm not complaining at all about this movie. This was a great movie for what it was. Just understand, it is a heavy, intensive action movie, sci-fi fantasy with a lot of humor peppered into it. Why are people commenting on my my videos when I'm here live? I'm joking. Whoa, a lot of people jumping in. Okay. Let's see. Let me just read some of these comments here, guys, and then I'm going to log off, and I'm going to re-up a few things, and I'm going to come back with a spoiler. It's going to be spoilerific, all right? So, yeah, there's that. I'm actually even playing the wrong thing here. I actually meant to do a different... whatever. Okay, so... Let's see. Man, I need to see Thor Ragnarok. Gabriel Hughes, yes, you kind of should. You really should. And the sooner the better, because, you know what, here's the thing. The spoilers that I am going to give when I come back in a couple minutes, they're nothing that's going to be like, oh my God, now the whole movie's ruined for me. No. It's an action movie. If you've never seen an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie before, I can tell you everything that's going to happen in the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and you'll be like, that's so awesome. I got to see what these scenes look like. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still worth seeing, even if you know what's going to happen. It's still worth seeing. It's worth me seeing it again. I got the ultimate spoilers. I saw it. So it's really like that kind of a movie. It's just so much fun. There are two additional scenes in the movie. So there's a mid-credit scene and there's an after-credit scene. I saw 4 people leave for the mid-credit scene, which is like, psst, okay, obvious noobs here. But then a lot of people left after that mid-credit scene, where it's like, I would say like not even half of the audience. People are getting smarter. People are getting smarter with the Marvel movies, all right? Plus, like when push comes to shove, the credits all throughout, if you stayed to watch the credits for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, you could watch all of the credits and it was like, this is actually enjoyable. Wonder Woman was like that too. Not as enjoyable, but like not the whole way through. All of the credits were enjoyable. Even if there were no after-credit scenes, it was still fun to watch the after-credits. It gave you a reminder of everything that happened in the movie and a whole bunch of other things, and it was just really good stuff. Heartwarming, good, fun stuff. But then what do you call it? Anyway, so both of the end credit scenes, the after-credit and the end credit, so the mid-credit, those scenes after the movie, they weren't really that great. They weren't really great. Yes, there is a Stan Lee cameo in here. You can see that there's some serious CGI there. Like, they could have done the CGI better. It looked like some of the CGI that I do over on the Nerderkey channel. It's not great. It's like, okay, somebody just started doing chroma key and green screen, but the scene is still funny enough. It's Stan Lee, man. Come on. There ain't no better stand-up comedian than him. Yeah, I'll put him against Chris Rock any day. All right. Maybe not against Fluffy. Gabriel Iglesias might. He might beat Stan Lee and all that stuff. Gabriel Hughes, I'm a fan of both Marvel and DC comics and shows. There you go, brother. You know what? Let me try and up the ante a little bit. I'm a comic book fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Marvel. I'm not a DC. I'm not a Mac. I'm not a PC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a comic book fan. So when I go to see a movie, if it's got enough in there that it doesn't make me feel like you just ruined. Obviously, they're not going to ruin the comic books. The comic books are still there. No movie is going to set fire to my comic book collection. You know what I'm saying? But like, if I feel like these aren't my comic book characters at all, why did you even bother to make this movie and call it Superman or Wonder Woman or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Don't ruin my characters. Don't say that you're going to put Aquaman in there, but he's going to be like, I don't want to see Aquaman doing, yeah, hang 10, woohoo! Aquaman has never once in his entire history, and he's got a long effing history, never once done that in the comic books. I kind of don't want to see that in my movies. I don't want to see that in my movies. You know what I'm saying? Appeal to the fans just enough so that we could say, these are my characters. I don't need it to be word for word verbatim from a comic book. You know what I'm saying? But make me believe that it's actually this character, not just, yeah, somebody felt like slapping the logo for Aquaman on this character and saying, here you go. I have yet, it's not the 17th of November yet. I have yet to see Justice League. I will go and see Justice League. The question is, am I going to enjoy it? Right now, from the trailers, it doesn't look like I'm going to enjoy Aquaman very much, which is sad because he's the character I'm most excited to see in the movie. So there's that. But like, that's what I'm talking about. This will appeal just enough to the fans that will say, oh yeah, and then at the same time, it's going to appeal to everybody because it's really fun. So this movie, Thor Ragnarok, it hit that. Every single note, it hit that with one little exception. I'm going to get that into my spoiler review. I prefer DC over Marvel because the innovation of the characters, we could argue that, but no point. But I love Hulk and Thor. Yes. Yeah, good stuff. That's Nova Bro. Gabriel Hughes, Nova Bro, I understand. I grew up watching both, and I didn't know the difference between these two because they always cross over a storyline. Yeah, definitely. Okay, are you guys talking to me or each other? It's all good. It's all good. Just as long as it did Superman and Spider-Man story together all the time. So you put them both together, and I start thinking they should do a crossover. Please tell me more. I won't be that spoiler. Oh, don't worry about it, brother. I'm going to have a spoiler review in just a little while. Nerdicky! Calling me Professor Bell. What's up, brother? I imagine that's Dave. What's going on, man? Just talking about you. So you think Stan Lee is the one above all? Stan Lee's the Watcher, man. He's the Watcher. Jeez, and I agree with you. I hope Aquaman doesn't act that way. Yeah, I'm really hoping that Joss Whedon fixes the Aquaman scenario that was originally put there. I don't want to see that. Okay, guys, I'm going to log off. I'm going to log off here. I'm going to change a couple things so that I can show that it's actually a spoiler review coming up. And I'm going to get on. I'm going to ruin the whole effing movie for all of you guys, all right? And you're still going to want to see it because it's that damn good. I'm not joking, all right? Guys, I will see you in a little bit. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.